The Committee on Enforced Disappearances is the body of independent experts which monitors the implementation of the Convention for the Protection of All Persons Against Enforced Disappearances by the state parties. At its 548th meeting of the 29th session, Sri Lanka was taken into consideration. Justice Minister Harshanananakara led the Sri Lankan delegation at this session, with Sri Lankan representatives on standby to answer questions virtually from Colombo.
The government of President Andrukumara Dissanayake is firmly and genuinely committed to working towards a country that respects and celebrates the diversity of its people, with no division or discrimination. Our commitment in this regard arises from our principles and experiences, and the paramount need to ensure the rights and well-being of our own people. In 2024, the people of Sri Lanka elected a new government in a free and fair election, followed by a peaceful transition of power. The government is committed to bringing new political culture to ensure that racism, extremism, corruption are addressed robustly and the rule of law applies equally to all people. The democratic institutions will be made stronger to enhance public trust, contributing to political, economic and social stability. It is our intention not to betray the trust reposed in us by the people of Sri Lanka.
The minister said Sri Lanka is taking decisive steps to reform its counter-terrorism framework and strengthen reconciliation mechanisms.
The government has initiated action to introduce new counter-terrorism legislation with a view to repealing the current Prevention of Terrorism Act. The Cabinet appointed committee in this regard, formulating proposals and continuing its deliberations towards finalizing a draft counter-terrorism legislation that aligns with international standards and best practices. The government expects to gazette the new counter-terrorism legislation very soon, repealing the current Prevention of Terrorism. The ongoing work in this regard is at an advanced state. The Cabinet of Ministers has recently approved an additional $375 million to the Office on Missing Persons in order to expedite the investigations of missing persons allegations, which it views as a special priority. To date, the OMP has successfully traced 23 missing persons, issued certificates of absence, and made referrals to the Office for Reparation for the provision of reparations. In addition to the OMP, or the Office of Missing Persons, Sri Lanka has a strong and a vibrant governance structure and an independent judiciary, further strengthened by the vigilance and oversight of independent commissions. The government continues to strengthen the domestic reconciliation mechanisms, which, apart from the OMP, also include the Office for Reparations and Office for National Unity and Reconciliation, by guaranteeing their independence and making the necessary resources allocations.
The minister noted that Sri Lanka is preparing to introduce a new integrated compensation system for families affected by enforced disappearances.
The government is acutely conscious of the immense impact of enforced disappearances on victims' families in all parts of the country, and is firm in its commitment to addressing challenges while moving forward. We are working to introduce a new system to compensate these families, which will go beyond the one-time revival grant, while avoiding delays and that have occurred so far and ensuring transparency. The new system will provide long-term support and enable an integrated system that includes fair financial compensation, along with vocational education, livelihood opportunities, health facilities, psychosocial care, and restoration of social dignity.